Hello and welcome to the Hungry Wolf Blueprint Financial Freedom Accelerator. I am Majid Assaf, the founder of the business, and over the past years, I have been helping hundreds of entrepreneurs to access high amounts of funding at 0% interest. When I say high amounts of funding, I'm talking about between $100,000 and $250,000 of working capital for my clients to grow and scale their businesses. Our mission here at the Hungry Wolf Blueprint is to empower anyone that's an aspiring entrepreneur, business owner, or investor. And even if you've never started a business in your life, we can help you to set up your LLC in the right way and get you funded. So, with that said, I'm looking forward to sharing more of the content here that we're going to go through together, where you're going to learn more about how we do this for our clients. And I'm going to tell you more about my story and how I was able to leverage this model to become financially free just a few years after coming to the US. All right, so let's dive in here together to learn more about our Hungry Wolf Blueprint funding program. So first of all, I'd like to start by asking you this high-level question of, imagine if you had access to $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. What would you use that for? Would you use it perhaps to grow your business, build your real estate empire, or maybe start a new business that you've been thinking about for years but haven't been able to take action on? Do you think that would help you to achieve financial freedom faster in life? The answer to that is that that's exactly how we help our clients here at the Hungry Wolf Blueprint. So we've helped clients from all different types of industries to access this funding. You know, whether you're like our client Rajesh that was in med spa, we got him and his business partner $240,000 at 0%. Other clients like Jane got $95,000 for her fresh e-commerce store. Doran with his marketing agency got $110,000. Arturo on the bottom right corner got $140K to invest in more real estate. So, you know, this can apply to any type of business, and I would encourage you to watch some of our testimonial videos on the website so that you can learn more about our client successes and results. So what does it take for you to qualify for our program? First of all, you need to have a credit score of 700 or higher on all three credit bureaus. You need to have at least 2 primary credit cards with collective limits of above $5,000 and no negatives on your credit profile, like no charge-offs, collections, or bankruptcies on your credit report. The great thing about this process is that we do not need any financials, any lengthy applications or paperwork, and we will do most of the work throughout this process for you. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, you know, I came from a Fortune 200 company. That's where I was first an engineer, became a project manager, and then became a director after some years. But, you know, all of that pales in comparison to when I learned about 0% interest business funding. It was a huge deal for me. It changed my life. I achieved financial freedom 7 years after coming to the US, and after learning about this model, I achieved financial freedom just within 2 years after leveraging it. I funded myself over $500,000 at 0%. I've used it to invest in real estate, and I founded multiple businesses, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go through the content here. So if you're someone that's looking to learn how to get high amounts of capital at 0% interest, you've come to the right place. So what do the steps look like to get funded? So first of all, this is a done-for-you funding program where my team and I will do most of the work, and of course you'll have access to me and my team members for one-on-one coaching calls as needed. We also, if we look at the steps, so step 1 is going to be that we're going to focus on optimizing your credit profile to maximize your funding. Step 2, we're going to put together a strategic funding plan for you and connect you with our high-level contacts at the top tier banks that enable us to get those high limits for you when we're going to get ready to put in the applications. And then step 3 is where we're actually going to apply for the funding, and you'll usually have access to the funds within 10 days after we start those applications. So what are some of the benefits of the 0% interest business credit cards that we get for our clients? First of all, it doesn't show on your personal credit score. It does not report utilization either. So even if you max out a card with, say, $50,000 on it, it's not going to have a negative impact on your personal credit score. We can easily remove the hard inquiries for you when we apply for these cards. We're typically able to get our clients 3 to 4 times what you have on the personal credit card side. Low monthly payment, only 1% of what you use is what you need to pay back to the banks, and it's all going to principal, no interest. Reward points and cash back. So with the strategy that we share with you, you're able to get high amounts of cash back, usually 3 to 4% of what you use in funding. So if you get $100,000, that's $3,000 or $4,000 of free money. 0% interest on average for about 12 to 18 months, and this can be extended with the right strategy, and we share that with you as well. And finally, you don't need business credit to be able to apply. You don't need to have business revenue, and this can be done with a brand new, fresh LLC. How long does it take to get funding? So if somebody's credit profile is ready to go and the business is in position, this can be done in as fast as 8 to 14 days. On the other side, if somebody's profile needs a little bit of work, but we need to help you to establish banking relationships, that's where it can take, between 30 and 45 days. And if somebody's credit profile needs optimization, we need to strengthen it. It can take, between 3 to 6 months, depending on the client. So I'll tell you a little bit more about me and how I've leveraged this model. So first of all, I was not born in the US. I'm originally from Lebanon. I left when I was 19. Always had the vision to come here for the future. I ended up going to college in Sweden because it was too expensive to come here to study. So I was there for 5 years. I worked my way full time through college. During those 5 years, I did the night shifts from 9 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd go to college during the day. But it was all tied to that vision to come here for the future. And when I did land a solid opportunity in, a good reputable Fortune 200 company, I was so grateful to have finally made it to the US. So with that said, fast forwarding a couple of years later, I was working long hours. I went from being an engineer to a project manager, engineering manager, and then a director of project management within some years. But like I said, I always had that vision for the future to start my own entrepreneurial ventures, be able to work for myself. And I was saving the companies millions of dollars a year and asking myself, why am I building someone else's dream? That's a picture of me in 2017 where I saved $10 million over the next 5 years for the company. So at the same time, I was always pursuing entrepreneurial ventures, whether it was real estate or different types of businesses, because my goal was to work for myself. So a little bit more about growing my real estate portfolio. I set the goal for myself to buy, 1 or 2 properties a year. I jumped into it, and I was renovating the properties myself. At the beginning, I had a handyman that would help me. And then I started doing more, off-market deals and working with contractors. But what made a huge difference was when I learned about 0% interest funding. That was when I bought my first multifamily property, an 8-unit property. I renovated it, then I did a cash-out refi to get back my capital. And now the most recent project that I'm working on is a development project where we're building 18 townhouses, my business partner and I, all using 0% interest. So it made a big difference for me to be able to grow my real estate portfolio. I also, funded a number of ventures as well. I had this biotech laboratory plasticware company called Google Lab Scientific that I launched and still exists today. I'm not very involved with the daily operations, just in the decision making now. But that business has been quite successful. I also started a cryptocurrency mining company called Spartech, where we used to build mining rigs for crypto and selling those to customers. And we still have some today that are mining for us. And at the end of the day, I tried this e-commerce store as well. It was a fun project. We were interested in giving it a shot. We put in quite a bit of work into it, but in the end, it did not end up picking up. And that's just how things go sometimes in business. Some fail, some succeed. But 0% interest was really what enabled me to even be able to pursue these opportunities. So this program is for you if you're someone that's interested in the pursuit of financial freedom. You want to be successful. Maybe you want to start your own business, carve out your own unique path, and you want to constantly pursue new and bigger goals. So where do we go from here? If you'd like to learn more about this program, feel free to book a call with myself or my team, where we will go through some details with you about your current situation and your goals. We'll talk more about how this 0% interest funding program works, the steps you need to take to get started, how you can maximize the benefits of your funding, and of course, we're glad to answer any questions you may have about the process. So yeah, thank you for your time. Looking forward to speaking with you, and we'll talk soon.